how has the action course changed me as a leader? I think the biggest thing that's happened for me on the action course is being inspired by the stories of the people that I've encountered. Seeing God at work through the lives of other people has really encouraged me in my own leadership where I am.
How has the course changed me as a leader? The course has been great because it's given me a much better understanding of where my team and where my volunteers are, and just finding out kind of what they know, what they don't know, kind of where their strengths are, where they come from, and just a better way of being able to just push them out their comfort zones to see God in action.
More confident in myself. We've learned quite a lot about mission and the local other churches around us, and we've really enjoyed the interaction with the other churches.
Well, I think that it's made me more confident in my role as a leader in terms of the gospel, and also being able to understand people's different opinions on different if they have different opinions to myself. It's helping me understand that more.
How has the action course changed me as a churchgoer? I suppose it's a bit like the first answer really, but I think it has made me realise that all things are possible with God. That actually we all have our own responsibility to play in joining in God's mission. It's not just for the church leader or for somebody else, it's for me as well.
Good question. I think just give me a better idea actually of what's going on across different Church of England. It's been really great, and seeing what all the other projects are doing and kind of pinching some of those ideas and taking them back to our church, and so not reinventing the wheel but just pinching ideas really.
It's given me a lot to think about as I now consider different points of views. We've had 9 weeks of different versions and perspectives of God, and now I look at it in a different way, as rather than just as a person of the audience.
Well, I think it's made me think of different perspectives on the Gospels, so if I do hear a new sermon, it'll help me think of things in a different way.
How has the action course enabled me to see things differently? Being able to see through the eyes of different people, seeing them and other churches and other communities do their mission in different ways to me has helped me to see that there's lots of different opportunities, not just the things that I thought, but things that other people are doing that I could possibly do too.
I think it's just been really good to reflect each week on the different things we've been learning, and just taking time out of a very busy week to just reflect on what's been said, some of the Bible passages that we've done.
We've looked at many different things over the weeks, in particular starting off with the Lord's Prayer. We've realised that there's not only one way to say the Lord's Prayer, there's many different ways to say the Lord's Prayer. And every week we've started with a different version of that, which has been very enjoyable along the way. Even though the words, all in all, come down to the same meaning, it's been nice to see the different ways it can be put across.
I think with the action course, it's just helped me again just see different perspectives on the Bible, and also different people's opinions on Gospels.
How has the action course shaped the future for my community project? The best thing for us is it's actually trained up some of our fringe volunteers. So some people that didn't feel kind of in the project, kind of felt a little bit on the outside, have come along to the course, and they now are really getting stuck in, and they're coming on board, they're leading our youth groups, they're getting involved, they're leading a walking group. It's just empowered people to get more involved.
Through the action course, we've been enabled to see community of hope set up in different churches, and it's marvellous to see how one church in particular, what I went into when we were very first starting about the community of homes in the different places. It had nothing when I first went into it, and now it's got a shop, it's got a cafe, it's got worship space, it's got second-hand uniforms and everything really valuable to people in the different communities, and it's been marvellous to see.
Well, I just think that it's given us a new way and a new understanding of how to show Christianity in action throughout all of our communities, and how to share the love of God throughout each and every one of our communities.
So, would I feel confident in leading an action course for others? I hope that anyone who comes on the action course that gets to walk alongside others during the course will feel empowered and enabled to lead the course with people, because it really is about sharing with one another, about enabling one another, recognising that we all have something to learn, not just from the person at the front. So I think, yeah, anyone that has donated will be able to go on and lead us in the course.
Yes, definitely. If anything, that would be where my passion lies. I think it'd be great to replicate this and roll it out across more volunteers and more people in our community projects.
I definitely now feel more confident in myself, in that I know I'm freely able to speak my mind, and that I'm not going to get judged, and nobody's going to say, no, you're saying the wrong things. I know now that my opinion is just as important as anybody else's opinion.
I think after this one I probably would, yes. I think it's been really insightful, and I think that it's been quite easy to follow, and I think that it would be really good. It's something that we could deliver in our church at St. Thomas's.